I'm no trust fund kid. I get that a lot. I'm just a millennial who's been seeking a mission for a while now, and I'm stoked to have finally found a mission. And I want to share a little bit about my journey along the way and see if you can learn and pick up anything from it. So I spend most of my time in Costa Rica now, just renting places. I spent a lot of time here, found some good friends. A few years ago, when I was in Southern California, I grew up in San Diego, went to school in Orange County, and lived in LA a little bit as well. I was pursuing the entertainment industry a bit, and I found some early success, did some commercials, did a couple little shows. But what I didn't find was a group of people that I could really relate with, and it didn't feel good because I grew up playing sports and I was always on a team. Being on a team's great. You have a group of people with the same mission. Never found people I made deep connections with that really understood me, and never found work that I really wanted to do. To me, work was what can I do to buy me more time just so I can go screw around and surf in the future? It was always just how can I serve myself so I can go do nothing? Instead of how can I serve a greater purpose? I decided 3-4 years ago to just pack up my truck. I made a little GoFundMe, filled my old truck up with baseball gear, and drove to Nicaragua. That was the mission. And nobody really thought it was a great idea. Parents definitely didn't want me to do it. And the mission was to bring a bunch of baseball gear to Nicaraguans because I had been on a couple surf trips there. And I know that they love baseball, and so do I. That's my first love. So that was the mission. Nobody thought this was a good idea. Nobody thought it was going to be safe for me to hop in my 85 truck and just drive by myself all the way to Central America. But I don't know. I heard the call, I heard the signal, and I got after it. I had a lot of time to think in my way down to Costa Rica and my way down to Central America. I kind of came to one conclusion. What I thought was freedom. And my definition of freedom and purpose really is just all I wanted to do, I realized, was play with my friends and do something important. Made me realize that freedom isn't this end goal. It isn't an extra zero in your bank account. It isn't doing nothing. No, you don't want to ever do nothing. Look at all the billionaires. They're still working. They're still doing something. They're still doing a mission. What are you doing if you're not doing it? And in the back of my head was this idea that, hey, I'm going to stop in El Salvador during the first Bitcoin conference when El Salvador just legalized Bitcoin and made it legal tender. I was I'm going to stop by the conference and see, meet Bitcoiners. Because ever since I got out of school at age 24, I had been studying Bitcoin. And that takes you down a bunch of different rabbit holes. And nobody understands you anymore and thinks you're crazy for holding all of your wealth in Bitcoin. Why would anybody do that? Isn't that nuts? When I finally met Bitcoiners in real life on the way to Nicaragua and El Salvador during the first conference, I was oh, this is what I've been searching for. I guess there's a lesson in that too. It's just go to places and meet the people who care about the same things you do. It's never going to be the same. It's never going to be the same online. Once you actually go and meet people in real life, magic happens. I'm living proof of that. Find your tribe and go seek them out. Don't just sit on the sidelines. There's a big difference between real Bitcoin people and crypto people. Bitcoiners they're pirates. They're sovereign. They're seeking. And they realize that Bitcoin is a big tool that we could use to change humanity for the better, in our collective opinion. And a lot of them were down there because they're fleeing oppressive governments, Canada and other places around the world during the pandemic. But yeah, it was all about just tracking down that signal. And I'm sure grateful I did. Literally, I'm still very good friends with a lot of the people that I met at that meetup. And I'm incredibly grateful that I went to it. And Bitcoin really gives you just that. It's not about trading Bitcoin for the higher price in the future. It's no, Bitcoin gives you the ability to be more sovereign because you are in control. That's what sovereignty means to me, when you're in control. When you're in control of your money and nobody can take it away from you, it gives you the sense of power, whether it's a small amount or a big amount. The fact that no government or institution can take it from you and you truly own it gives you like this confidence. It gave me the confidence to just drop everything. I was making zero money on my trip down to Costa Rica. I was just like, whatever, I'm gonna figure it out. And I knew that I had like a higher calling. But really what I'm realizing that I was freed of when I got to Costa Rica was like these stupid games we'd play with people. Like, what are you wearing? What kind of shoes does that person have? What kind of bag is that? In Costa Rica, you're kind of freed from that. Like, you're going to get your clothes dirty if you wear nice clothes. Why would you wear that stuff? One of my favorite quotes from a friend, also Jack Cruz, he said, greatness comes to those who don't settle. And that really resonates to me because I was literally camping. I was like homeless, but I never settled for some job that I didn't want to do. And now I'm working in the freedom and sovereignty space with Primal. It's a social media app that's built on an open protocol, meaning that nobody can control it and you don't have to ask for permission in order to speak online. So nobody can shut you down, nobody can shut you up. And then the cool part about it is that it has Bitcoin right in it. You could send Bitcoin to creators right away without having to ask for permission. It's amazing. So now I use Nostr for speech, Bitcoin is money, and Primal is where we find these people who want to go off the beaten path and are chasing down that Bitcoin freedom signal. It's all tied together, and it's all beautiful, and it's just based on this ethos that humans are sovereign people. We're sovereign individuals, and the tools that we're creating enable that. We are now like the internet. We're one with the internet now, basically. The internet is critical in how we communicate online. We're evolving with these tools, but these tools can be either used to enslave us or free us. If you want to reclaim your voice online, hit me up. Go on Primal, find Paul in the jungle, make a little introductions post, describe who you are, why you're here, how you found Primal, and I'll send you some Bitcoin. Just because I want you to feel a little bit of the magic towards where we're heading in the future. I choose Freedom Tech and decide to put most of my energy there too, and you can do the same. And bring your friends. And that's all I got today. Pura vida.